Hi, this is Stewart Albertson with Albertson and Davidson, and I want to talk to you briefly about our approach to hiring experts in California trust and will litigation cases. For most of these cases, we're going to need at least one expert. Not always, but generally speaking, at least one expert. The one expert you're going to need in almost every single trust contest and will contest is going to be a forensic doctor, a doctor that's either a neurologist or a psychiatrist that never met your mom or your dad, who has now passed away, who comes and looks at their medical records from a forensic standpoint. In other words, they go back in time and go through all the medical records to look for signs of lack of capacity, such as dementia or Alzheimer's or some other mental capacity deficit. And then they also will look to see if your mother or your father or whoever the trust creator was, whether they are susceptible to the exercise of undue influence. And that's where someone else can come and take advantage of somebody that's older and doesn't have the wherewithal to resist being influenced to change a trust or a will that benefits somebody that shouldn't be benefited. So at a minimum, we're going to hire that expert, and that expert's going to come in and give an opinion on those two issues or both of those issues, and that is lack of capacity and whether there was someone was susceptible to the exercise of undue influence. You also have experts that can come into these cases that we would call these tracing experts. These are usually certified public accountants that we hire to go through a series of financial statements from various financial institutions to figure out how the money went from A to B to C and where ultimately that money ended up. In many cases, these experts can show that a bad acting person took this money for themselves through a series of transactions that were inappropriate. And we need an expert to be able to first help us understand what happened, and then second, to testify in court as to what happened. You may also want to have an expert for the case to look through a trustee's accounting. A trustee's accounting is usually a trustee filing something with the probate court showing what they did with the financial assets during a period of time. Generally 1 year, but it can be more than 1 year. And it might be good to have a CPA go through that accounting, make sure all the numbers are added up correctly, and then also to point out any line items that don't make sense.